Las finales de la conferencia este enfrentaron a los Celtics con unos Milwaukee Bucks entrenados por Don Nelson, un antiguo jugador de los de Boston. Los Celtics ganaron a los Bucks fácilmente. Durante la era Bird, estos equipos se encontraron en playoffs en 4 ocasiones, años 83, 84, 86 y 87, y Boston ganó en 3 de ellas. Milwaukee eliminó a Boston en los playoffs de 1983.
Heroically, Moncrief pioneered a Bucks rally to pull them even at 90 all. But Moncrief's effort was mirrored by Boston's own miracle worker, Larry Bird. Despite double coverage, Bird outwitted Milwaukee for the remainder of Game 3, then slammed the door in the final quarter of Game 4 with 4 three-pointers. By sweeping Milwaukee, Boston's title drive seemed as relentless as a runaway freight train. Winning became an obsession, a tribute to head coach K.C. Jones. K.C. embodied the famed Celtic dynasty.
Las finales de la conferencia oeste enfrentaron a los Rockets y los Lakers. Los de Houston perdieron el primer partido de las finales de conferencia en el Forum de Los Ángeles, pero posteriormente ganaron los 4 siguientes y accedieron a las finales de la NBA.
Unmercifully, the 7-foot center vented an overwhelming display of talent. It was a tidal force that swallowed the Lakers whole as the Forum drowned in a series-tying outcome. The drive to oust the Lakers. Game 3 in the Summit saw Houston grab a 2-1 lead as Hakeem bolstered his 31-point series average. Teammate support also revealed a lackluster LA defense. By Game 4, the high-flying Lakers were caught in a mid-air stall. Explosively, the Lakers returned to form, taking advantage of their superior quickness. They surged ahead for several second-half leads, but Houston eager Rockets responded by frustrating his every move. Once more, the Lakers were ambushed in Texas. The Lakers refused to quit. In Game 5, their play continued to dazzle and convinced many of an extended series. Yet they could not shake off the tenacious Rockets and their final quarter run. A 4th straight Rockets win looked promising until Hakeem was ejected for fighting. This act sparked a Laker resurgence by a determined Magic Johnson. When 1 second remained.
La victoria definitiva ante los Lakers llegó gracias a una canasta en la bocina de Ralph Sampson en el Forum. Houston llegó a la última jugada del partido con 1 segundo en el reloj. Sampson capturó un pase desde la banda, se giró rápidamente y lanzó. El balón tocó en el aro, rebotó y entró, dando por finalizada la temporada de los Lakers.
Off balance has given the Houston Rockets the Western Conference Championship and a trip to Boston for the NBA World Title.
Así, en las finales de la NBA de 1986 se enfrentarían Houston Rockets y Boston Celtics.
It's the Houston Rockets and the Boston Celtics. Focusing on weaknesses for the second game. Celtics in white, the Rockets in red. So Boston so much as a passing team this year. I think Walton and Larry Bird got into dueling passes, and the rest thought it'd be fun. They came along with it. Danny Ainge guarded by Lloyd, so there's a switch in the backcourt matchup. Larry Bird. Six wants Larry Bird to have to play somebody. He doesn't want him as a free defender in there. Elijah Wan pushes it up for the Celtics. Bird finds Parrish. Pass to Parrish. Ralph is back defensively. Dennis Johnson. Rockets like to push it up at every inch, so they don't have the pure point guard in Lucas anymore. Robert Reed hits his second shot and with Bird the cover, and he gets fouled. Looked like Bird wanted to make that extra pass to McHale going in, and he'll go to the line, and that'll will be against Ralph Sampson, I think, and that's 3 on Sampson. So early foul trouble for Ralph. Ability now in for Ralph Sampson, and we'll see how much Kevin McHale tries to test him in. They were both out of Minnesota. In fact, McHale tried to Olajuwon. And here comes Robert Reed again.
Parrish usually gets that shot off against anybody.
Olajuwon on a feed from Reed. So Reed, not a true point guard by any stretch of the imagination, looked like one there. McHale posting up Peterson. Welcome to the club, Jim, and McHale scores on the layup. Missed it, and the Celtics 3 on 2 to Bird. Lewis Lloyd bringing it down. Lloyd is a tough open court player in traffic. Feeds inside to McRae, who uses his body weight period. 3-point lead for the Celtics. Olajuwon. Rainbow shot, misses everything. Left-handed pass by Bird. Break by Boston. McHale. Great play. Bird has 8. McHale has 6. 14 for those 2 forwards. And Bill Walton gets off the bench. On the turnover. McHale and a foul. This is everything. Celtics defense inside is tremendous. Bird to Walton. And the Celtics are giving a clinic here in the first period, up by 10.
Walton beat Olajuwon. Back on the D.
Reed, though. Hand in Reed's face. Reed, using his size advantage, hits the board, and here's Lewis Lloyd. Bird is back on defense. Pass into McRae, and McRae on a fine turnover by the Celtics. Peterson was alert, and now Houston down by 10. Can cut it to 2. Jim Peterson misses. There's Olajuwon, and it's a 2-point game. Celtic lead once 10 has been cut to 2, quieting this capacity map Boston Garden crowd. Larry Bird trying to get the Celtics on track again.
We're seeing young legs in action right now. Hakeem has played a lot of minutes in this quarter, and he's still fresh.
Goes in against Walton, leading baskets, and the Celtics are up. Running down to 2 minutes to go in the first period. Celtics have the edge in the front court. Dennis Johnson wide open from Danny Ainge.
Bird loves to be double-teamed when he's in that mid-post area. He finds the weak side shooter very well.
McRae going in for the layup so far in this game, which is unusual for them. Lewis Lloyd looking to get on track, goes off the glass with an outside shot in his first point.
If they take the push shot right off the push.
Reed is on DJ with 15 seconds to go in the shot clock in this period. 4-point lead. Here's McHale low. And Walton tips it in.
That's making Akeem's shadow defense pay for the Celtics. Walton went straight for the rebound.
Tommy said as the final seconds pick off in the opening period, each team going with its strength. Adjustments will come later. Steal, Dennis Johnson. Reed coming back. And Danny Ainge doesn't get it as the buzzer sounds. He's been an outstanding outside shooter, hit 58% during the regular season from outside. McRae on Bird. Got the height advantage in there. Reverse layup by Larry Bird, who has every move in the book. The rebound. Ainge trying to go all the way and penetrate. Terrific play by Danny Ainge, who Casey Jones says has been the outstanding player other than Bird in the
jump shot off. Here's Walton right on his shooting hands. Casey usually lets that second unit in there for a little longer than that.
Olajuwon with the vacation. See the Rockets come back. Harris. Bird on the other side keeps it alive. Blocked by Olajuwon into the hands of Reed. 2-on-2. Now Wiggins makes it 3. Pulls up, and it's a 4-ball.
Not bad. They're going to count on him to really do a lot of rebounding in the series.
In a game of streak scores, Harris gets the basket and is fouled. 3 fouls and 1 out with 7 minutes to go in the first period, with the Rockets trailing by 1. They're down by 6. Wiggins. Basket counts and a foul. That was a move you don't see by any centers who have played this game.
We're seeing some of the things that the Lakers ended up doing, throwing the ball away.
See playoffs. Parrish on top. Reed on Dennis Johnson. Bird. This period. 7:20 on the clock in the half. McCray going in strong to the hoop. The basket counts and a foul. Good acceleration right around Larry Bird for Rodney McCray.
Got to talk to that leprechaun that sits on the rim.
Wiggins. And there's Olajuwon with another offensive rebound, wending his way in and giving the Rockets the lead since 2-0. And they've done it with Ralph Sampson awfully tight. Tommy mentioned at the top, strength against strength. We'll make the adjustments as we go along. Bird. 2 seconds on the clock. Parrish hits the shot with Rich up front. Peterson is on McHale, the 2 Minnesota players. Team trying to move Parrish away from his mark. But Parrish with a quick jump hook now with 8 points, 6 of them this period.
Good judgment by Olajuwon not to go for the block and pick up the foul.
Bird nearly stole the ball. McCray recovered and hits the jumper with a bullet in 75. Peterson against McHale. And showing him poked in the eye by Reed. Says he's all right. Parrish working against Olajuwon. And Parrish makes a very tough shot against the team.
Well, I tell you, Olajuwon was right on his shooting hand, too.
Celtics lead by 2. And Olajuwon says,
let him catch it and then back off him a little bit. Don't let him spin on you. You're dead when he does that.
McHale against Peterson inside. And a good reverse layup by McHale, who has scored 13 points. So Bird and McHale have 28 of the Celtic 51. Back to Akeem. And Akeem moving out to the 12-foot mark, and he has hit 6 in a row now to tie the game again at 51.
A puff to be seen here. He's really just playing under total control.
Trying to blow this house down. Lead pass to Lloyd. Throws it into the hands of Danny Ainge, and the Celtics think they've got something going here. And it's McCray who knocked the pass away, and at the other end is Lewis Lloyd. Happening at the half. We're tied, game 1, best of 7 NBA Finals. The unlikely Rockets against the Celtics. Someone grabbed a hold of Parrish's jersey from behind, but he scored anyway.
Well, I think he got the benefit of the doubt that time, Olajuwon.
Celtics by 2. McCray playing a very smart game. Akeem again hits.
Get a hold of 0-0. You ought to come up with something, you know.
Bird working against McCray, gambling. Bird going in and hits the layup. Hale is there to keep it going for the Celtics. Minute and 23 to go in the half. McHale. Basket good and a foul. He had to improvise a lot on that, and Kevin McHale has 15 now. And that's in the 81 championship series against the Celtics. Will be coming in shortly. So Olajuwon has 3 fouls. He's double teamed. Going in the pass to McCray. Good at the guards. And right now, in first half action. Underway in the second half, Ralph Sampson and Olajuwon with 3 fouls apiece are in there as we start the period. Rodney McCray hits the first shot.
Out of the huddle, who do you go to first? Rodney McCray. That's to try and keep Bird busy from being that free safety defender that they like to use, the Celtics.
Every time McCray does something offensively, he's got to keep Bird occupied. Here's Parrish. And Parrish's shot. And Akeem now with his 9th rebound of the game.
Danny Ainge just aimed that one. No fluid motion on the shot.
McCray, 2 for 2.
And they try to get it back to McCray, and there's McHale.
A couple other big guys to take over for Moses. Bird going strong to the hoop, blocked easily by Olajuwon. 3 on 2 for Houston. Lloyd to Reed. Reed goes in with a 6'8" reach over Dennis Johnson, and the Rockets have taken the lead again, 65 to 64. Bird finds McHale. Sampson has 3 fouls, and so does Olajuwon, with 9:25 to go in the third. Dennis Johnson hits a 3-point shot on the air ball. Bird goes for 3. And it hits up on top. It hit on top, so Celtics looking for 16th title. Houston the first. Sampson goes up. Ball is blocked. Parrish with the block shot. Ainge coming right back.
Go up with the shot. Get good position and then shoot it.
Seems to be a different player when he has to play center when Olajuwon is out. Rodney McRae on the drive, and Rodney McRae has 18, second to Olajuwon's 25. Hakeem, by the way, has not yet scored here in the second half. McHale finds Ames. That's what the Celtics have been doing to bury teams all year.
Their outside shooting much improved this season.
McRae to Hakeem, lost the ball. Bird to Dennis Johnson. Johnson got a hand on it. Quick passing by the Rockets. Reed takes the pass, took a shot off the rim. There's Hakeem. Took it away from Parrish and burned him, and that's the first point for Long.
Well, it's showing up, in my opinion, in the foul shot.
75-70 with 5:40 remaining, third period. Rockets were trailing by 10 on 2 occasions. Quick double on Hakeem. Fires it up and hits, and right here.
The Celtics have been taking it to both big guys with their low post game.
Lloyd probably thinking the same thing. Steals the ball away. 8 minutes to go in the third period.
Ralph has got to produce for him.
Scores his first points of the ball game. Into the hands of Dennis Johnson. 7-point Celtic lead, 81-74. Here's McHale against Peterson. An easy 2. Bird is on Lloyd now, doubling on Sampson and takes the ball away. 3-on-1 for the Boston. Celtics threatening now to open this game up wide. Rockets have had an answer each time. McRae, turnaround hits, and Rodney McRae now has 20 points, 7 more than his playoff average. Walton in the middle. Sampson playing with 3 fouls. 1:08 to go, third period. Wiggins now on Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson couldn't do any better, could Wiggins, on that play. But 2 of their playoff games. That's the end of the third period with the score.
Dennis is going to block out beautifully. That's one of the things he does very well. He played forward and center in college.
Danny Ainge on the other way. Level.
Parrish beat Sampson up the court.
Wiggins going in. Good feed to Olajuwon.
Rockets have not hit the outside shot. They'll pick off a lot more.
9:15 remaining in the fourth period. Walton. Running hooks
Area to pass to, and then they close it down. They bait you into it. That's how smart their defense is.
95-78, the Celtics lead. Harris, 3 This was the best coach I played for.
You see the savvy in action. Remember we talked about the court savvy?
They're still doing it. McRae on Bird. They isolate Bird. Under 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Bird. Do it at will the way they're playing. You give them an opening and they'll do what they want. Dennis Johnson assists. Coming back from an injury-plagued series against the Lakers last year. He wasn't himself. He's healthy and hungry this time. Wiggins. And Mitchell, only 1-point lead moments ago, was the Celtics' biggest in the game. Bird backing McRae in. Now Wiggins helping out. Ames. Walton, no one there. And Walton scores.
What he's showing in this ball game is a little venom in the hearts of the Celtics. I mean, they want to go for the jugular to take that confidence away from the Rockets.
Level hits a 3-pointer from the corner. And Ames, releasing the other way, gets 2 of them back. Robert, Tommy. And as we look ahead, as we get down to the end, how the Rockets respond to this will tell a lot about what he said. He likes hanging around Harvard Square. Those are his kind of people. 4:35 to go now. Harris setting a screen. Johnson, Wiggins fights through it. Bird, where did he come from? Harris gets Sampson and Olajuwon in the air and scores. Doesn't play all that much. Doesn't make mistakes when he's in there. Bill Pitch likes him.
Larry Bird lideró a los Celtics en la primera victoria ante los Rockets en el Boston Garden, donde obtuvieron un balance de 40-1 durante la temporada regular. El pájaro firmó 21 puntos, 8 rebotes y 13 asistencias, pero la realidad es que todos los jugadores importantes de Boston realizaron un partido ejemplar. Paris y McHale aportaron 44 puntos entre los dos, mientras que Dennis Johnson hizo un partido espectacular con 19 puntos, 11 rebotes y 8 asistencias. Danny Ainge aportó también 18 puntos y 7 asistencias. De parte del equipo que vestía de rojo, Olajuwon fue el más destacado con 33 puntos, 3 tapones y 12 rebotes. McCray con 20 puntos y Robert Reid con 16 puntos y 8 asistencias fueron los únicos de su equipo en acompañar a Hakeem. Ralph Sampson anotó solo 2 puntos en 27 minutos de juego debido a problemas con las faltas.
An icy indifference to the opposition has promoted Boston's winning ways, an intensity rooted in the Celtic training room. Intensity also underscored Houston's game preparations. Rockets like Sampson and Olajuwon sought retribution for college careers without a title. Game 2 posed a strong test to the Rockets' resolve.
Unless you grew up playing soccer in Lagos, Nigeria. You see, Hakeem Olajuwon of the Houston Rockets, he did not grow up reading about Russell and Heights, and he took one look at the Boston Garden this week and pronounced it a dump. Tonight, Olajuwon and his Houston teammates will attempt to prove their lack of respect for the Celtic mystique. It is Game 2 of the NBA Finals between Boston.
The Celtics will be looking for a 7th consecutive playoff game. Again, same matchups as Game 1. Bird going strong to the hoop, trying to pass it, and Reed on the deflection. 2-on-1. Lloyd filling the lane, gives the Rockets the lead.
That's what they need more of. Lewis Lloyd in the open court.
McHale comes right back and ties the game. That was a fast break opportunity that went by the boards for the Rockets. Now McHale working on Sampson.
None of the mix of offense by Bill Fitch has worked so far.
Harris coming out for a pick. Here's Ames. 8-2 as the Celtics have scored 8 in a row, and a quick timeout by Bill Fitch before things get out of hand. Lewis Lloyd with a high rainbow shot, misses. And there inside is Sampson coming back offensively. And already he has as many points as he scored in Game 1.
Very important basket for Ralph Sampson, particularly that type of basket, an offensive rebound.
Lloyd on Dennis Johnson. The Rockets' defense by their guards were subpar. Houston again with a fast break opportunity. Loses it on a turnover again. Bird in three-point territory.
That time, Ralph Sampson.
McCray coming right back. Open is Lloyd inside. And with 4 minutes gone by in the first period, the Celtic lead is 3.
They're pushing the ball up much better in this first quarter than I think at any time in the last game, the Rockets.
Rockets are a team with poise. They may get beaten in this series, but they won't lose their poise. Hayes drives baseline. And they're going against a team that gets it from 5 starters and Bill Walton. Steal. Hayes 2-on-1 with Bird.
Poor passing, mental mistakes. That's what Fitch was worried about.
Sampson. McCray on the follow-up. Celtics have shot 7 of 10. They were over 50%, all 5 starters were. 8 out of 11 for Boston as McHale gives them a 7-point lead again.
Sampson gave up the good position.
Double team on Ralph. And Sampson is Lewis Lloyd. Ralph just saw that ball bounce, didn't go after it. It was a bit surprised. Robert Reed, long distance. And it's now 17-14. The Celtics scored 8 in a row early, and the Rockets have hung in there.
You know, they make mistakes, the Rockets, but they always are around the score.
McHale to Parrish. Nearly halfway through this opening period. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn at Boston Garden on a hot, steamy night, and another sellout as usual. Lewis Lloyd, the streak shooter, in for Lloyd.
But they got a lot of good offense out of Lewis Lloyd.
Surprised at the early substitution?
Yes, I am.
Olajuwon with his first 22 consecutive free throws in the playoffs. Celtics by 3, 5:14 to go in the opening period. Wiggins guarded by Bird. And Mitchell Wiggins bringing it up.
Well, they're much more aggressive. They're getting out tighter against the Boston guards than they did in Game 1.
Bird had the ball in good position and found the open man, Parrish. Parrish was the leading scorer for the Celtics with 23.
The big guys tire out quicker.
Celtics a little sloppy with ball handling at times. Sampson blocks Walton's foray. Reed, long pass, but Bird was there. Can't do that when Larry Bird is back. He has too much anticipation.
Look how quickly he got the ball to the attack there.
The shot clock. McRae with 3 seconds gets it into Sampson. Hits the hook shot for the Rockets to tie it up. Sampson, good pass from Robert Reed to the trailer.
That's getting it to the sideline and then cuts.
And the Celtics are not playing textbook basketball by any stretch. Olajuwon goes up and gives the Rockets Heeman Ralph at 17 of the Rockets' 29 points. Bird working against McRae. And Larry Bird is Casey Jones.
Missed the call.
Final seconds of the first period. Celtics led by 6 after 1 period in game 1. McRae, Olajuwon doesn't go, and that's the end of the first period with the score, the Celtics 31 and the Rockets 30. And we'll return to Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, where it's hot. Steal by Robert Reed, who missed the shot. Danny Ainge upset him just enough. Parrish back in. He hits from the corner by Kevin McHale in the opening game.
He's going to have to bang real hard against Robert Parrish, who's used to blocking out centers, that power forward.
Bird looking for the open man, finds him again. Jerry Seasting. I don't know if anyone has ever blocked his shot. Got Kareem Skyhook.
Well, Sampson ought to be able to do it at 7-4.
36-32. The Rockets have scored 2 points only this period. Olajuwon arcing the Celtics on Olajuwon's miss. It's a 4-on-2, and Dennis Johnson gets the basket and the foul for the Celtics. Will try to match their biggest lead if they score here. Bird gives it to him.
You're going to see McHale come up with a great, Bird, a great fake. Olajuwon never knew where the ball was. Bird, get your move.
Seasting is back in, and Ainge had to be taken out when he picked up his third. Give and go to Lloyd. Pick and roll, and Sampson passing to Lloyd. Akeem getting his first rest of the game, has a percent from the field. Trying to get the shooting eye back. Celtics can establish their biggest lead of the ball game. Bird, fall away. Peterson setting a screen. Lloyd going inside, blocked by McHale, out of bounds. And DJ, Dennis Johnson, gives him a hand. He has played a lot with Akeem or Ralph on the bench and has produced, especially when both of the Twin Towers got hurt during the season. 5:11 remaining in the first half, 45-38 in favor of the Celtics. Bird in three-point range, hits another. Guarding Bird, and Olajuwon is on Walton. 9 on the shot clock. Seasting. Good pass to Walton. With 3:45 remaining in the first half. Seasting helping Walton. Good pass. Peterson to Sampson, who makes lead at 9. Walton playing outside to remove Akeem from the defensive boards. Doubled with Lloyd and Peterson. They find McHale, though, inside. McHale in foul trouble as Olajuwon and Sampson only have 1 foul apiece. Peterson. Knocked out. Lloyd. Only Ralph could have caught that pass, and he scores.
Bird better get to Peterson to block him off. He can't play him like McRae.
Bird, guarded by Peterson, puts a move on him. Harris, that Bird hits after.
Saying, I'm going to put Peterson on you, Larry Bird, and pound on you.
Peterson, nowhere to go. Out to level. Lead is 11, 56-45 Celtics. Olajuwon in a crowd, and it's dropped off by Peterson.
I tell you, he's got his head into the rotation of the defense.
Lloyd going strong inside, tipped up and in by Olajuwon.
Bird is very upset that nobody got to Olajuwon to block him out.
In the playoffs, 7-0 when they face the Celtics on Sunday. So here's Olajuwon.
I tell you, the Celtics are running 2 and 3 man at this man, trying to cut off his attack angle to the basket.
He only has 1 offensive rebound. He had 7 in game 1. So the Celtics playing for the last shot, leading by 10. Go off the court with the biggest lead in the game. Larry Bird short. Olajuwon has the rebound, and that'll do it. That's the end of the first half here at Boston Garden.
Twin Towers is the reason I'm up here talking to you now, not down on the floor playing, but they just dominated us inside.
Rockets scored only 20 points in the second period. Here's Larry Bird. Good pass back to Kevin McHale.
When they get you moving one way, you better watch out. It's coming back the other way.
Double and triple on Hakeem, and Robert Reed will have to do just that if they play that defense.
And a big confidence builder for him and the other Rockets to get it out to him.
Only his second basket of the ball game. They want to try and get Sampson into bigger foul trouble. McHale. Here's Lloyd. Lloyd, too, has to get untrapped. Hakeem. And it drops. Olajuwon. Sampson to McRae inside. Rodney McRae with only a one-game one. 112 to 100. McRae on Bird, who's isolated. One side. There's help. Ames, the other corner.
That Johnson threw to Bird. McRae had to foul him to stop two.
Now Sampson guarding McHale, who has a book of moves. Dennis Johnson shows that his eye and head is all right, hits the jump shot. Now the Rockets in the forecourt. 12-point lead for the Celtics. And a steal. Bird took it away from Olajuwon. Bird finds Parrott. You'll be there, you'll get the ball, and you can shoot it.
But they come up the court so wide to the sideline. They spread out your defense. Beautiful fast break.
Bird, three.
Some great defense by Larry Bird. You know, he's forcing them to shoot from outside, get in front of Olajuwon so he can pick off passes like that. Olajuwon fouls him.
All their home games. And then still must win another game in Boston. Larry Bird coming down with it. Mitchell Wiggins hitting from the corner. Away. McRae misses outside. Sampson goes in strong. And finally scores for the Rockets.
That was hanging.
Sampson and McHale, who sets a pick for Johnson. Dennis Johnson goes in, gets the basket and the foul. Boy, does he use his body in a penetration. The third kill. Good defensive player in the ball game now. With 3:20 to go in the third. 19-point lead. McRae goes in. Nearly 2.5 to go. Bird saved it from going out of bounds. Dennis Johnson's mad because of the pass. Wiggins winds up with it, and Mitchell Wiggins is fouled by Dennis Johnson. And the two of them stare. 2:12 remaining in the period. Harris goes up on top. There's Bird again. Seasting wide open. McHale tips it in. That when they're open, they'll shoot. They don't have to think about passing. Rodney McRae on the break.
I'll tell you, but Larry Bird had both those Rockets. They didn't spread it quite enough.
They've opened it up to 19 points. Now down to 17 with 1:20 to go. And Celtics with a very impressive third period. Here's game two. Bird, what a pass from Dennis Johnson. He thread the needle.
Oh, they love to run that play.
And another turnover off the hands of Wiggins. Before they go home, don't you think? They're way out of it right now.
I think the best strategy for Bill Fitch was what he told me is, I hope Larry gets tied up in traffic before the game.
Out to Dennis Johnson. 4-on-2. Seasting in the corner. Going wrong for the Rockets, but the Celtics are making it happen.
You know, and this is a big blowout happening here. They got to try and crawl back so Bill Fitch will be able to talk about it when they get back to Houston, so his team won't get too demoralized.
8 on the shot clock. Bird's been marvelous. How's that?
Well.
29.
A master of the half-inch.
Peterson misses. That's the end of the period. Listen to him.
En el segundo partido, los Celtics volvieron a salir con la misma intensidad que en el primero, demostrando su valía como equipo tanto en ataque como en defensa. Larry Bird volvió a liderar a su equipo, esta vez con 31 puntos, 8 rebotes y 7 asistencias. McHale y Danny Ainge acompañaron perfectamente a su capitán. En Houston volvió a destacar Olajuwon con 21 puntos y 10 rebotes. En esta ocasión, Ralph Sampson estuvo mejor y cuidó de no cargarse de faltas como le ocurrió en el anterior encuentro. Sampson, con un 66% en tiros de campo, anotó 18 puntos y capturó 8 rebotes. Evidentemente no fue suficiente. Los Celtics son este año un equipo prácticamente imbatible en el Boston Garden y así lo demostraron, sobre todo en el tercer cuarto, donde obtuvieron un parcial a favor de 34-19. Con 2 victorias a 0, Larry Bird y compañía viajarían a Houston para disputar el tercer partido de la serie.
And the game is over. The Boston Celtics have won their 40th consecutive game at home, including 3 at Hartford, the rest at Boston Garden, and that man, Larry Bird, with 31 points and a superb all-round game, beat his former coach, Bill Fitch, and it's 2-0 in favor of Boston in the best of 7 before we go to Houston and 3 games. The final score, the Boston Celtics 117, the Houston Rockets 95.
Los Rockets eran un equipo muy fiable en casa. En temporada regular firmaron como locales una campaña parecida a la de sus rivales. Los Celtics tendrían que esforzarse mucho para llevarse una victoria en el pabellón de los Rockets, el Summit de Houston.
To be on the leading edge has always been Houston's trademark, and the NBA Finals presented a new challenge. The Rockets' 5-year plan was 2 years ahead of schedule, and they could win a title by beating the old guard at their own game. East met West, and the press prepared for basketball's summit meeting.
See the Celtics win this road game.
If there be any complacency for the Celtics, it might be in this game, but that man right there, I'm sure, will not let it happen.
That's the Rocket story at home. One of their 5 losses was to the Celtics, but Akeem did not play in Boston's win here during the regular year. Underway, controlled by the Celtics. Jake O'Donnell and Joe Crawford are the working officials. Game 3. McRae knocks it away to Reed. Fast break for the Rockets. Rodney McRae.
That's what they want to do. Whoever controls this first quarter, I think, is going to win this game, Dick.
Usually it's been the third for the Celtics in the first 2 games.
Houston will be a believer in themselves if they come off strong this first quarter.
And Larry Bird hits his first shot, and the net doesn't even shimmer. And we're tied 2-2. We're in sudden death playoff at the Kemper Open. We'll update that story for you. On the turnover, Bird with a runner. And Larry Bird. Celtic guards have outplayed the Rocket guards by a mile. Here's Bird. And Bird is 3 for 3 and has accounted for all 6 Celtic points. Casey Jones said he's the best total player of all time after his fantastic performance in Game 2. Akeem doubled with McHale and Ainge. It scores anyway. Lloyd helping Akeem defensively. Knocked away. Into the hands of Bird. Parrish down court. And hits the layup. And we're playing this game as if everything's on the line today, and maybe it is.
I'll tell you, the first quarter, very important. The Celtics can put the Rockets in their place, they feel, and make them think of memories of Boston Garden if they get off hot the first quarter.
Ralph Sampson
series to get real good low post position against the more physical Hakeem Olajuwon.
Rockets lead by 1 with 9:20 to go. Here's Robert Reed.
Is to defend against a guy that's very physical and low post.
Aims for 3 and hits it. And all of a sudden, the Celtics have tied it up 11 apiece under 9 minutes to go. First period. McRae. Lloyd with 2 men on him. Sampson, offensive rebound. And Ralph Sampson.
A rebound. Look at everybody with the white jersey running. Dennis Johnson has to go out. He makes a bad gamble, and adds Lewis Lloyd.
Lloyd, good open court player. Good position for Olajuwon. All 5 Rockets had scored, and Akeem leads with 5.
And it was one-on-one defense. No help for McHale that time against Olajuwon.
McHale hasn't scored yet, and now he's into the scoring column. The best shooter of any player on either team, Kevin McHale.
They're throwing a different look in the low post game, the Rockets. They're confusing the Celtics defense with some different type of plays, running Akeem to the low post.
Bird hits, and Larry Bird has 8 points.
And of course, there's always Larry Bird.
19-17 Rockets. Here they come again. Sampson. Pass, bad pass, knocked away, and McHale at the other end gets an easy basket for Boston.
What a play by Dennis Johnson to step in and take a look like a
23-21 Houston. Celtics took a 4-2 lead, otherwise it's been the Rockets, but it's been close. Sampson with 9 on the clock. Hits again.
Larry Bird gets forced to his left, and McRae just hangs on his shooting hand. That was left hand.
The lead has been 6, but Boston has hovered between 2 and 6 points. Mostly 4 in this period. Dennis Johnson, who hasn't hit yet, makes his first. Walton out on high. Olajuwon right with him. Dennis Johnson, fall away. Hits.
I'll tell you, Mitchell Wiggins was right in his face.
Johnson has 8 points here in this opening period. And the Rockets with a 2-point lead, playing for the last shot.
And they're playing fantastic defense here in this quarter, the Rockets.
Reed all the way in, blocked by McHale. 1 second. McRae, and it's good. So we're not looking at similar home courts. Jim Peterson with Reed and Olajuwon. Rodney McRae banks it in.
Bill Fitzfields can outdo Bird offensively. That's a real big plus. All he wants him to do is stay close.
Bird stays close there. Ray Kite's coming in a moment. McRae 4 for 4 thus far. Reed in 3-point territory. Goes in.
Beautiful move by Reed. He read the race out by Ainge, taking it strong to the basket.
Greg Kite, a native of Houston, Texas, in the game right now for the Celtics as Walton hits
the leading rebounder on the Celtics team.
Wiggins has Dennis Johnson behind him. Open is Reed, but Akeem takes it himself on the baseline.
But their shooting has not come along in this first half to set up their inside game.
Outside shooting can come and go. Good defense never does it? Peterson is all over Walton. McRae on Bird. They isolate him one-on-one. Celtics like that situation. And a left-handed shot by Larry Bird, who's in his own little world sometime out there.
But they are not doubling.
39-37. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Reed using his height. Hits the jumper, and Robert Reed. Bird off the screen, and Larry Bird
in the backboard.
6-point lead. 43-37. Now it's 43-29 and a 3-point shot. Seasting is guarding Reed. Has a big height advantage there. Wiggins. 2 for 2. To McRae. Olajuwon filling. Peterson inside. Stripped away by Danny Ainge. Who has 2 fouls back in the game. McHale working against Peterson. McHale has scored 20 or more points. Lloyd. Lewis handling the ball. Ainge is open. Ainge. McHale. And the basket's good, and a Houston foul. Bird can give the Celtics a lead. Not this time, and Sampson. McRae. Lloyd. Good fast break, Houston.
Boy, they're advancing the ball with a pass. Something they hadn't done in the prior game.
Good defense by Peterson, who's playing with 3 fouls. Ainge. Big basket. basket.
Spread out and took that rebound.
11 rebounds already for Ralph Sampson. Keep in mind, a lot of people have said that when Olajuwon is out of there, and he knew. No pick and roll, tight outside. Ainge, Reed comes out to meet him. Good rotation by Houston defensively against the guard. Dennis Johnson hits anyway, but the Rockets played it well.
That's what the Celtics need to do. Move that ball around, make the Rockets play a lot more defense than they have been.
1 point lead now for Houston with under a minute to play. You see the time. Robert Reed hits from outside. 15 on the shot clock. They're in the first half. Houston led by 4 after 1 period, and Ralph Sampson gets a basket and a foul, and he is a different player in Houston.
The Celtics, look at that reaction.
12 points, 13 points now, and 12 rebounds for Ralph Sampson in a great first half. Greg Kite picked up his 4th personal foul. 26 seconds to go, 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock in the first half. A 5-point Rocket lead. Their biggest lead was 9. They led by 4 after 1. McHale on a pick and roll for ball handling and quickness. They get the ball into Reed, lost the ball. Dennis Johnson picks it up, and the Buzzards, they played better, but no one's perfect. And they were perfect in the first 2 games.
Legends of the NBA, the best come through. Sponsored by Schick. Game 4 of the '83 Finals, and Julius Erving fulfills an NBA quest. Determined to defeat the reigning champions, Irving's steal erases a 16-point Laker lead. His fourth-quarter explosion seals a 4-game sweep for the 76ers. Julius Erving avenges 3 championship losses and earns a long-awaited NBA title.
Lloyd going in, lost control. Johnson ahead to Larry Bird. Bird gives the Celtics a lead. The Rockets still tentative, and there's a long pass to McHale. And McHale, after several fakes, gives the Celtics a 4-point. And the Celtics with a 4-point lead. Dennis Johnson, long range, and the ball bounces against the Rockets again. Danny Ainge misses. McRae gets the rebound. And Bird, anticipating beautifully, picks it off. Open is Dennis Johnson. And the Celtics are rolling.
Mental mistakes by the Rockets.
And if the Rockets don't get their act together, they may be out of this game early as they were in Game 2. Lloyd, with a fake, finally puts the Rockets on the board. 4.5 minutes.
Good ball movement that time by the Rockets. Sampson read the defense beautifully.
4.5 minutes, the Rockets went without scoring. And then McHale
just out finessing McRae when he's trying to make that pass.
7 turnovers against the Rockets this period. And the Celtics sensing something here. Wall turns around, and even on a broken... Under 6 minutes to go in the third period. It's been all Celtics here in the third period. Larry Bird with a great pass to Walton to McHale, and that is Celtic basketball.
They lifted all the towers, the Celtics. They make your feet quicker. He's going to be able to get through those picks guarding Bird.
Bird is on him, doubling on Olajuwon and the key since he suffered that broken wrist late in the year.
Well, he took a long layoff. What he's really doing on his outside shot is drifting a little bit.
Dennis Johnson, fade away. Bird is there. Larry. Trailer is Walton. Gets the pass from McHale. Outlet, good outlet by Sampson. 3-on-2. Lloyd. Favorite. Dennis Johnson, 8 for 8 from the line. 18 points in the game. 1:43 to go in the third period. Celtics were trailing by 3 at the half. Down by 4 after 1 period. They've had an 10-point lead. And Ralph Sampson with a chance to cut it to 4. Reed does just that. Recovery from their doldrums early on in this period. Here's Reed. Sampson out of nowhere. It's a 2-point game with the score. Celtics 84, the Rockets 80. See how the Rockets play it. 6:19 to go. Sampson. Ainge is around a double, level. Hits the shot. Dennis Johnson gets a key offensive rebound. That's why he's been the biggest rebounder in the series coming into this game. Harris with under 6 minutes to go. Dennis Johnson with a big basket. Are undefeated in the playoffs. 7-0 at home. They had the second best home record in the league, but the Celtics, they did their best work on the road of any team in the league. Sampson pressing the board. Another team. And Ralph Wiggins on Dennis Johnson. Reed has been on Bird. Bird has been stalled at 23 for a while. Gets free, shoots over Reed, and has 25.
A good play movement.
3.5 to play in the fourth period. Bird, one-on-one isolated against Reed. Finds Parrish inside, and Parrish. McHale tips it in. Quiet for so long, and McHale leads the Celtics with 28. Double team on Olajuwon. McHale and Hakeem gets the basket and a foul, which wakes up the crowd. 21 for Ralph. 2:11 to go, and the Rockets going to have to be flawless at both ends if they're going to get back and win this. Sampson gets 2. The timeout story. Each with 3.
I always felt that the best point is around 15 seconds where you can get normally your best shot.
Dennis Johnson. And the rebound by Sampson. And the Rockets can come within 1, and Mitchell Wiggins gets the basket and a foul. And we can tie it up here. Big rebound. Pickman has the ball in the lead.
This is a must situation. A good shot. And not worry about the clock too much.
And for Houston, Larry Bird going up with a runner. Short. Hakeem gets the rebound. And a foul is called.
Kevin McHale acabó el partido con un 63% en tiros de campo y 28 puntos y 11 rebotes. Larry Bird estuvo una vez más espléndido con un triple doble, 25 puntos, 11 asistencias y 15 rebotes. Dennis Johnson aportó 20 puntos y 7 asistencias. Los Rockets mejoraron mucho su juego con respecto a los dos anteriores encuentros y sobre todo Ralph Sampson, que finalizó el encuentro con 24 puntos y 22 rebotes. Olajuwon consiguió 23 puntos y Robert Reid 20 puntos y 9 asistencias. Esta vez, las dos torres de Houston pusieron freno a los pívos de Boston. Walton y Parrish solo anotaron 18 puntos entre los dos. Larry Bird, pese a hacer muy buenos números, le faltó algo de acierto en el tiro y solo anotó 10 de 26 lanzamientos.
Regain the lead. 27 seconds and 19 on the shot clock.
Total disdain for the double team by Olajuwon that time.
And Wiggins made up for the missed free throw on the three-point play. That could have tied it. 15, 8 on the clock.
El partido fue emocionante y se mantuvo igualado en los últimos minutos. Los Rockets recortaron la pequeña ventaja que tenía Boston y consiguió ponerse un punto arriba por delante a falta de 30 segundos. Después de una acción discutible en la que los árbitros pitaron un salto entre dos, Houston se hizo con la pelota y los Celtics no tuvieron otra opción que hacer la falta. Olajuwon, el encargado de lanzar los tiros libres, anotó el primero, pero falló el segundo. A falta de 5 segundos y con 2 puntos de desventaja, los Celtics pidieron tiempo muerto. Al sacar de banda, se ofrecieron para recibir Larry Bird y Robert Parrish. El balón fue hacia el pívot, quien no se percató que su pie derecho fue directo a pisar la línea de banda. Así, perdieron el balón y la última oportunidad. Este error ponía en bandeja la victoria a unos Houston Rockets que trabajaron duro para llevarse la victoria en casa. Así, vencieron en el tercer encuentro a los Celtics por 106 a 104.
Houston's hard-hit dollar was well invested in their basketball team. The Rockets were the city's best therapy to uplift sagging hopes. Looking for a series.
Larry Bird, how grooved is he before a game like this?
I'll tell you, he is going to be pumped, and his adrenaline may help those big guys get back quicker on defense in this game than they did in the third game.
He'll whip you verbally if you're not doing the job, won't he?
He sure will.
But the Rockets have the ball. Lloyd, Sampson, Reed, hits. Reed stratagem in game number 3. Reed starts out on Larry Bird, and his fall away is good. And Hakeem misses. There's Sampson on the other side. And they surrounded him in a hurry.
He was very aggressive as a weak side rebounder in the third game.
And there's a, maybe we'll see it again. 4-3 Houston. Just about a minute and a half gone by. McCray. Inside McCray.
A great indicator for Bill Fitch if Rodney McCray can get going early too.
A block shot by Olajuwon. He blocked McHale, and not many people can do that. And a sloppy pass, and Ainge ahead of the field. McCray blocks his shot. Harris is playing up on top to move Akeem away from the boards. Bird hits, championship at stake. 7 on the shot clock. Sampson drives Ainge into a screen, and Robert Reed shot off just at the 24-second clock. And McHale slow getting up court for Boston. Feed into Olajuwon. No way to stop that.
A 5-on-4. Olajuwon with the rebound and a big run.
McHale comes right back with Lloyd. Short. He is really struggling in the series. They haven't gotten that open court game going. Dennis Johnson all the way on the lane.
Whoever is in a position to pick him up first will pick him up.
Johnson going baseline, feeding Harris with a fine aim.
Well, they lifted Olajuwon that time, not left Harris all alone.
Reed. Ainge on his arm, hits the jump shot for the Rockets, who lead by 3, 6:25 to go first period. Bird, guarded by Reed this time, get it into McHale over Sampson. They lead. They have not led yet in this game.
Well, he drew Bird on him, and he didn't ever took him to the low post.
Dennis Johnson misses, but Kevin McHale is there. And McHale is the man of the hour with 9 points to lead the Celtics, who lead for the first time in the game, 18-16. Reed going up again. He's been perfect until now. Celtics running. They have a chance here. 4-on-2. Bird to Parrish. And the Celtics running and scoring off 7 in a row.
Opportunities, and the Rockets just not hustling back on defense enough.
That's what the Celtics had problems with in game 3. Sampson doubled with Ainge now and goes right in between. Ainge has not scored, the only man on the floor yet to score for either team. Bird with a pick from Parrish, hits again.
He's got to be a little bit more careful.
4-point lead inside. Olajuwon has his shot blocked by Parrish. Loose ball. Sampson will get an easy bucket and a foul. Quicker start this time. Sampson is guarding him. Dennis Johnson penetrating inside, going in and scoring. So the Celtics get a couple of block shots, and Dennis Johnson slipped, but McHale at the end picks it up. A new clock, 1:43 in the period. Sampson finds an open McCray. Quick passing by the Rockets, and Lloyd ties it.
Goes in the black hole. Sometimes it goes in there and it gets lost, never comes back out.
Olajuwon tried to slam and missed, and Lewis Lloyd after the Celtics led by 5. Tipped away, McHale. And McHale
into this ball game with his head. Total confidence, not worried about Danny Ainge at all.
He is 4 for 5 and certainly the most quoted player of either team in this series. Larry Bird is Johnson. And Johnson did a lot in the first period for the Celtics.
He was very important, Wiggins, on defense.
McCray working against Walton, giving up several inches, but hits anyway.
And Sampson doing it, and he shouldn't be going for reach-ins in the backcourt.
Rockets by 2. Dennis Johnson working against Wiggins. Wiggins says Dennis Johnson likes to dance. Out to Reed. Into Olajuwon. In the basket.
Excellent pass by Robert Reed, and McHale
but off the board.
They don't take him too seriously. I think they're gaining a lot of respect for Peterson, the Celtics.
Reed working against Seaston, using his 7 inches, who's in double figures with 10. He's a leading scorer for Houston now. Bird out, meeting him is McCray. Walton against Olajuwon. Rockets know they have another home game coming up Thursday night. You'll see it on CBS. Wiggins against Dennis Johnson. And Olajuwon
around the foul line as far out as possible.
Bird, bounce pass from Dennis Johnson. Loose ball, Wiggins. Into the hands of Walton, and that was a... Bird, they're trying to deny Bird the ball. You can see that with both McCray and Reed. inside, and Dennis Johnson. Olajuwon, offensive rebound. Peterson, another rebound. He did very well. Sampson is back in for the Rockets. Olajuwon goes out. Robert Parrish hits on one of his broken wrists and really is just still getting back into the swing of things. Sampson working on Walton. Basket counts and a foul. And once again, Tommy, Ralph Sampson becomes a different guy when he plays center as opposed to forward. And you saw a glimpse of why just a second ago. And Dennis Johnson went out for a moment, coming back in. Ralph Sampson gets another basket and draws another foul.
Mitchell Wiggins more than likely will have to guard Larry Bird.
They can't bring Reed in because of the 3 fouls. And Bird gets an easy layup.
Low post all the way. Larry Bird against the small.
Against size, trying to take advantage of mismatches. Level gets it into Sampson, who's doubled with DJ and Walton, and hits the top of the edge on the Celtics. Dennis Johnson. And the Rockets are allowing the Celtics guards to penetrate a lot more than they should. Parrish hits a jumper from the baseline. 4 for 4 for Robert Parrish in the game. He has 9. That's more than he scored in each of the last 2 games. Olajuwon, basket, and a foul. Peterson now on Bird. McHale going up. Parrish. And Robert Parrish coming out with inspired play. He has not missed a shot in 5 tries, and the Rocket lead is sliced to 1. So is McHale. They want to open up the middle. Bird working against McRae now. Works his way in and gets the basket. Under 2 minutes to go, and Sampson and McHale are bodying each other inside. Ainge leaving Level open. Level is free right now. Gets it into to Sampson, and Sampson.
Now McHale with 3 fouls is guarding Sampson.
Turnover, Wiggins to Level. Looking for the trailer. McRae going in all the way and gets the basket. Clears, pushing it up. Dennis Johnson down the right side. Left open, and Dennis Johnson. Sampson against Kite and Ames. Level is open. And Allen Level hitting outside. That's his first basket.
Now that was well within his range.
And the Celtics have the rest of the period to set up the last shot that will try to bring him to within 1. That's the time. Shot clock is off. With no more than a 5-point difference in this game. Out of bounds, and the Celtics with 5 seconds to go. Parrish. Turn around, and he's got it with 1 second to go. Wiggins can't do a thing, and that is the end of the first half here at the Summit in Houston, Texas. Olajuwon is on Parrish. McRae on Ainge. Bird left open for the moment, and Larry Bird
in this series with Wedman being injured with the broken ribs.
He's averaged 44 minutes, more than anyone on either side. Played all 24 in the first half. He'll be picked up by Robert Reed. Ainge hits his first shot. Dennis Johnson on Wiggins. Olajuwon watched by McHale. Bird coming over to double. Olajuwon throws it away to Ainge. Reed with 3 fouls. Can't do much with a foul on Hakeem Olajuwon. We'll be back. He scored only 8. 72-66 in favor of the Celtics, who have outscored the Rockets 9-3 now in this period. Reed with a baseline jump, keeping Reed in the backcourt to stop the Rockets' break. Wiggins off the screen, and Mitchell Wiggins, who is ice cold early, has hit 2 shots now, and it's a 72-70 game.
He's playing into the system better than Lloyd has been doing in this series. Mitchell Wiggins coming off picks a lot better.
And you saw the pick and roll with Ainge and McHale give the Celtics the 4-point lead again. McRae baseline finds Wiggins inside. You know, we know about his defense. If he can get hot offensively, he'll be a big boost to the Rockets. Ainge outside, red hot in this.
You're going to see Bird come in there, and a beautiful block by Parrish enough to stop that Wiggins defense of delaying in the backcourt.
McHale on a pass from Bird.
Inside as McHale beats Sampson easily, but if you make a mistake, that's
taking a time. Bird knocked it away from Sampson. Wiggins going up. Stuffed in by Hakeem Olajuwon, who has 16 now. Personal foul. The Rockets picked up Sampson, number 1, and McRae, number 3 in the draft. Bird doubled with Wiggins and Reed, leaving Dennis Johnson open in the corner. So they're in a scoring drought with 4 minutes and 46 to go, and the turnover there. Bird got it away to Seaston, pulls up with a jumper, and now the Celtics, last year as a starter, loves his role coming off the bench with the Celtics. He wants to win a title. Reed hits a big
Forced the push shot by the Celtics.
Trying to cut it to 4. Sampson against McHale. Does just that. It's a 2-time.
McRae was right on Bird's shooting hand.
13 rebounds for Olajuwon. Reed feeds McRae, and it's a 2-point game.
That wasn't called in the last game.
So they've come back in this third period, and Ralph Sampson missing. Bird gets it out to Seaston. Watch Parrish run the court, and Robert Parrish goes up and gets the layup with 18 points. He led game 1 scoring with 23 for the Celtics. 3-point Boston lead. There's Reed for 2.
Olajuwon has in this series.
Dennis Johnson guarded by Mitchell Wiggins. Johnson has only 2 points with Wiggins on him this period. And Robert, 86-83 in favor of Boston, and the Rockets can play for the final seconds here in the last shot. Seaston working against Reed. Pass to McRae. Great layup by McRae with a couple of guys on him. 1 second to go, and that'll do it. The Celtics 86, the Rockets 85. Quickly picks it up. Reed for 3. And the buzzer sounded, but he got the shot off. Peterson scrambling with Dennis Johnson into the hands of McRae. Going strong to the hoop. Have to make a contribution when Olajuwon went out with 4 fouls. And the Rockets have not crumbled. They've hung in there with Hakeem on the bench. Bird going up.
Wiggins from the weak side. That's where the Celtics are losing their concentration.
Walton going up with a shot over game 4 of an NBA final. There's only 1 for 6 this half. He has 23 points to lead all scorers, though. Working against Robert Parrish right now. Leaving Robert Reed open. Fumbled the pass. Hits the shot. 4th period. Rockets by 1, loose ball. Bird kept Sampson away. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Dennis Johnson for 3, and a big basket at the 24-second buzzer by Dennis Johnson to give the Celtics a 2-point lead. McRae inside to Sampson, working against both Bird and Walton, and he scored against them. Seaston pulls up with a jump shot, and McRae knocks it into the hands of Parrish. Parrish to Seaston. We'll watch for the pass into McHale, who's now setting a pick for Dennis Johnson, but Wiggins fights through. DJ turnaround. Series 97. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn here at the Summit. Game 4. Will the Rockets even the series, or does Boston go up 3-1? Hakeem fall away.
That was under total control. Olajuwon.
18 for Hakeem. Against Sampson, McHale with that long lead, 13 after 1 period.
El cuarto choque fue una tensa batalla entre los dos equipos en el Summit de Houston. El partido llegó igualado a 101 a falta de 2:39 para el final. Las dos torres volvieron a liderar. Ralph Sampson con 25 puntos y 9 asistencias. Olajuwon con 20 puntos y 14 rebotes. Los Celtics como equipo volvieron a brillar. Larry Bird se quedó a un rebote de conseguir otro triple doble, 21-10-9.
They sent 2 cutters through. That left Bird out on top before anybody could get to him. He's got his outside shooting legs in form.
Sampson low. They try to double him. McHale gets a piece of it. Ralph with 8 seconds to go. Reed for 3. Misses. Tipped up and in by Rodney McRae. And it's 1-point lead for the Celtics with under 2 minutes to play. Big tip in by McRae.
Very important possession here.
McHale, ball knocked away by Sampson. Johnson controls.
Robert Parrish anotaba 22 puntos y atrapaba 10 rebotes. Dennis Johnson con 22 puntos y McHale con 19 no defraudaron. Bill Walton anotaría 10 puntos. 2 de ellos decisivos por realizarlos de espaldas a la canasta a falta de menos de 2 minutos para el final del partido y poniendo 3 puntos arriba a su equipo.
He is shooting sensationally this series. Reed gets it in low to Akeem. Double and triple team fighting through. Loose ball. Ainge winds up with it. And the Celtics with 1:17 to go lead by 3. Wiggins trying to make Dennis Johnson work hard to bring it across the line. They have 11 on the shot clock. McRae against Bird. Loses the ball. McRae made it happen. Terrific defense on Bird. But the Rockets trail by 3. Under a minute to go. Once again, we've come down to the final seconds. McHale knocks the ball away from Akeem and a big steal. Kevin McHale with a defensive play to match McRae's at the other end. 40 seconds to go.
Well, Celtics think at this particular point they don't want to run the clock too far down so they can't get a good shot. They still need to get a good shot.
Bird for 3, misses. Sampson the rebound, 26 seconds to go.
It's not always easy to inbound the ball.
That's one of the first cardinal rules.
Houston intentaría remontar la diferencia en varias ocasiones, pero sin éxito. La defensa de los de verde volvería a ser decisiva para llevarse el partido. Los Celtics conseguirían una sufrida e importante victoria por 106-103, poniendo la eliminatoria en un lugar muy peligroso para Houston, 3-1 para Boston.
Deserve their celebration on the floor. This is a game the Celtics wanted, and according to Larry Bird, he thinks it's over. And he hit the three-point shot to break the 101 tie. And then the next big play was Bill Walton.
El quinto encuentro tenía a Houston entre la espada y la pared. O ganaban el partido o perderían el campeonato.
There was no place for Celtic endearment, especially amidst the deadly stare of Boston's top assassin.
Early, Dick, and bring it to him and get out in front as far out as possible.
And that's the point you illustrated at the top of the game. It was Sampson there, but it might as well be Olajuwon. Reed with his first shot. He was trailing 3 games to 1. Foul was on Lloyd, 1 out of 2 on the free throws by Danny Ainge. Sampson. Easy shot, it seemed, for Ralph Sampson, and we haven't seen him. Setting up in the half court now, looking for Akeem. And Akeem has 4. Lewis Lloyd, who's had his defensive problems with Dennis Johnson, staying with him close right now. Larry Bird hasn't handled the ball much. Takes his first shot and hits. So McHale has 6 of the Celtics points, and Bird is into the column now.
But he's only
looking inside to Akeem. Doubled. And the ball does not drop for him. The rebound by Parrish. Outlet pass. Dennis Johnson. Over Lloyd. He's got it, and a foul.
It changes his thinking on the game.
Sampson falling away into the crowd, misses, and now the Celtics have a 4-on-4. Kevin McHale.
Sampson and Olajuwon.
Sampson was falling away after that last shot. He couldn't get back in. Lloyd, high arcing shot. Inside, it's Sampson. They had both towers in there, and it was Ralph Sampson who scored and knocked McHale to the floor.
Well, there's that offensive rebound. I'll tell you, this is outstanding defense. He had 4 guys coming back on the play
in the final moments when Walton was in there. Sampson over Walton. Not much big redhead could do with that.
Walton gives up the low post position to Sampson a lot easier than Parrish.
And Walton comes
and the Rockets should have gotten the ball, not the basket. Never hit the rim.
Bird fighting through McRae. Larry Bird, who was the MVP of the playoffs 2 years ago.
The Rockets on the glass.
Celtics by 2. Lead is wavered between 4 and 2 points. They look at the clock. 30 seconds. 15 now on the shot clock. They go again to Akeem. And Akeem with a...
El partido comenzó igualado, con un primer cuarto muy disputado, solo 2 puntos de ventaja para Boston Celtics.
Larry Bird hits a 3-point shot
for the Celtics. Seasting has to get up close on Reed and take some, use his speed against Reed's size.
Sampson in a double, finds a way out.
Wiggins driving. Walton lost it. Olajuwon gets it. Here comes Houston again. Wiggins. Dennis Johnson cuts him off. Reed. And now Seasting and Sampson. And now Dennis Johnson. And a melee is broken out here. A melee is broken out. The benches have emptied. And they have brought police onto the floor. At the bottom of the pile is Walton and Sampson right now. It all started with Sampson and Jerry Seasting. And they're still going at it, and there is blood. And now Kite has grabbed Sampson from behind. One of the players has a cut eye. He is not a guy to back down, even though he's 6'1".
There's Seasting guarding Sampson, and Sampson just swung at him and hit him again. And I'm telling you, this is an all-out, and nobody likes to see a 7'4" guy go after a 6'1" guy. I think it's just for Sampson's enthusiasm. Tag Seasting first, I'll tell you. And that's the one, if he should be thrown out of the game for tagging Seasting. Seasting had picked him up in a low post. Here we see the subsequent action. And Dennis Johnson is not afraid of anybody. He'll go after.
A mediados del segundo cuarto se produjo una pelea entre el pívot Ralph Sampson y el base suplente de Boston, Jerry Seasting, 38 centímetros más pequeño, que finalizaría con la expulsión del pívot de Houston. Jim Peterson salió a la cancha en sustitución de Sampson y al poco tiempo también tuvo sus más y sus menos con Dennis Johnson. En ese segundo cuarto, la expulsión de Sampson supuso un punto de inflexión para los Rockets. Sin uno de sus dos mejores jugadores, tendría que demostrar a su público que aún no había llegado el momento de su eliminación.
Sampson was totally enraged and went after him. I'll tell you one thing, Ralph Sampson. If anybody is down there pouring hooks in Casey, he did the right thing. Just get the cops.
Peterson and Wiggins combined on McHale. McRae going up, banks it in, and the Rockets lead by 4.
You know, you're one side of the game.
And maybe the Rockets will play better because Sampson's out of the game. As the shot is blocked by Akeem, Seasting throws the ball away. Here's Wiggins and McRae. Back to Peterson. 8:05 to go in the first half. Olajuwon. Double team, triple team, and scores anyway. They come with 7:35 remaining in the first half. The Rockets by 6. Wiggins. Mitchell Wiggins. In the first half. McRae. We saw Seasting getting set to come back in. They double Akeem. Reed gets a step on Ames. Fires it in. Off the glass. And the Rockets have the biggest lead they've enjoyed in the 1986 NBA Finals. 10 points. Their biggest lead previously was 9 points in the second period of Game 2. 8-point Rocket lead, 4:35 to go, and Olajuwon comes. 9-point Houston lead, 4 minutes remaining now in the first half. Olajuwon again working against Walton. There's Peterson with the offensive rebound and a basket, and he got in on McHale that time.
He has been outstanding this whole series.
Marvelous job for the Celtics off the bench, but Wiggins and Peterson have kept the Rockets alive to this point.
He has to score.
Here's Bird, missing. Rebound Peterson. Bird has 11 points, only 3 this period on a 3-point shot. Wiggins banks it in, piece of it. And Bird gets it into the hands of Seasting to Ames. Pulls up over Reed, and Danny Ames no one ever has. So the Rocket lead is cut to 7. It was 13. Wiggins going in, uses his body well, gets the basket and draws the foul.
What great offense that time by the Rockets. They double team, triple team.
Olajuwon. The rebound out of the sandwich that Walton and McHale present. McRae going up and lays it in. They still have it with 21 seconds remaining in the half. 11-point lead for Houston. And the pass thrown away by Seasting. Now with 10 seconds, Reed, who has 13 assists this half, finds McRae.
El parcial del segundo cuarto fue de 32-19 para Houston, consiguiendo 11 puntos de ventaja antes de irse a los vestuarios.
Peterson saves to Reed. Lloyd in the open court where he likes to play. And Lewis Lloyd gets his first basket of the ball game, and he's got a free Bird.
Not in time enough.
Walton comes in. McHale, move that KC used in the last game. Robert Reed, two-point attempt misses, gets his own rebound, and misses again. Tipped in by Peterson.
Trying to block him out. They're having trouble.
Bird inside to McHale. McHale with Bird in the backcourt and big men up front. Timeout called by Houston. Bird. They look for Olajuwon. Good defense by Walton. And a basket good and a foul. Well, Walton was right over one shoulder, and they got the ball. With a 14-point Rocket lead. Biggest lead. And Lloyd gets it away from Dennis Johnson. McRae against Bird. Goes right for 11 points. Had only 3 in the second period. Reed, 5 on the shot clock.
We're going after everything. If we foul out, so what? It's vacation time if we don't win.
Lloyd. To Peterson, Robert Reed, top of the key, hits again. 7 minutes to go, third period. Lloyd is all over Dennis Johnson. Bird going in. Peterson blocks it out of bounds.
Bird is going to take Robert playing like a team possessed.
Bird, McRae all over him, trying to get free. Bird hits the shot, get it back. Harris with a fake. And Peterson saves it beautifully to Reed. Lloyd. Olajuwon, trailer. 21 for Akeem. 14 points in the game. Dennis Johnson hits the Wiggins will be on the other end. Level.
That's about doubling Olajuwon if Level can keep hitting that shot.
3 minutes, 10 seconds to go, third period. Ainge hits from long range, and Danny Ainge has 14 points in the game.
But as Peterson working McHale.
Ray goes in for the layup on the fast break.
Quick inbound. Get it up fast.
16 on the shot clock. 20 in the game clock. In the third period, Larry Bird misses. Olajuwon clear. And they'll play for the last shot. This was not a Boston Celtic third period.
Well, the Celtics have never had to come from a big margin behind.
3-point shot by Level. Period with the score. The Rockets 86, the Celtics 65. We'll return to the summit after this word from your local. The Rockets. McHale and Bird each with 17 for the Celtics. Olajuwon over Parrish. With Olajuwon defending, another rebound, another outlet to Wiggins. Going in is Wiggins. Basket.
I'll tell you, this game has been the most effective defense on Larry Bird in the entire series.
McRae, who's done a lot of it, hits the jumper to give himself 15. McHale low against Peterson over the outstretched hand. 3 minutes gone by here, fourth period. Peterson over McHale. Peterson has 6.
Has he filled in for Ralph Sampson? You bet he has.
The 11 rebounds for Peterson as well. Blocked by Olajuwon.
He backticked to the defense he was playing in the Lakers series.
McHale with a fall-away shot. That's what Olajuwon has done. Reed.
Just been doing it on defense. And when the Rockets get that speed going, there's no way they can play a lot of defense.
Dennis Johnson.
Double and triple team Olajuwon. They made it pay. The Celtics pay for it.
El tercer cuarto ratificó el esfuerzo de los Rockets. Los Celtics se vieron impotentes. El último cuarto fue solo un trámite. Houston conseguía la victoria en casa y viajaría a Boston para intentar llevar la serie a 7 partidos. McHale fue el líder anotador con 33 puntos. Larry Bird, con 17 puntos, 7 rebotes y 4 asistencias, no brilló tanto como en los partidos anteriores. Peterson funcionó como revulsivo tras la expulsión de Sampson. Acabó el partido con 6 puntos, 12 rebotes, un robo y 2 tapones. Hakeem Olajuwon, la estrella de Houston, anotó 32 puntos, atrapó 14 rebotes y puso 8 tapones. Robert Reid consiguió 13 puntos, 6 rebotes y ofreció a sus compañeros 17 asistencias.
They defeated the Boston Celtics to extend the NBA Finals to a 6th game. And that will be Sunday, 1 o'clock in Boston. It'll be a different crowd, a different scene.
The visiting Rockets return to the most uncomfortable guest house in sports. The gallows awaited Ralph Sampson, the villain of Game 5's melee. But Sampson could not allow the Garden's scorn to get the best of him. Never before had he been closer to the honor of being called champion.
All the way around, okay? We'll tell the coaches about the timeouts. Any questions? Have a good one.
El Louis Lloyd, que son dos aleros reconvertidos. En realidad este es un equipo sin bases y casi sin escoltas, pero que le ha sacado buen rendimiento. Aquí es el que ha encestado es Robert Reid, precisamente.
Y es la primera canasta del equipo de los Rockets en juego, que hasta este momento solo habían podido lanzar en 2 ocasiones al aro contrario, mientras que el equipo de los Celtics ha culminado ya 6 ataques.
Estamos viendo, sobre todo en este principio de partido, un duelo defensivo. Los dos equipos defienden bien, no se puede decir que Houston defienda mal. Lo que pasa es que tiene enfrente a un hombre de tantos recursos como Bird, que es capaz, con ese poco salto que tiene,
rebote en ataque.
Sí, entre los dos gigantes, recoge rebote y les mete la bandeja.
También Sampson está mucho más...
Está Sampson fuera de la jugada en general y el que tiene que hacer casi todo es Olajuwon.
Los bases del Houston, que no eran bases, sino casi ni eran escolta, y se ha notado enseguida, porque ahora cuando ha sacado el balón, lo primero que le ha hecho es le ha pegado el balón en la rodilla. No, o sea, no porque no lo maneje bien, y él hizo una verdadera exhibición. Ahora mismo ves la ayuda perfecta del hombre contrario al balón, como tiene que hacer el hombre que está en el lado débil.
Vemos como ya se ha escapado en el marcador el equipo de los Celtics. Desde el principio habían salido a machacar. Ahora una excelente canasta de Rodney McRae. Ahí está otro lanzamiento de McRae, el rebote que cae para Sampson, pero le ha ido más el balón a las manos que él ha intentado capturar el rebote.
Hay que observar cómo defiende Larry Bird. Larry Bird, le llaman ahí un defensa escoba, es un hombre que está haciendo una zona siempre permanente. Él no es muy buen defensor sobre su propio hombre porque le falta rapidez lateral, pero ayuda como nadie. Y siempre parece estar haciendo una zona él solito y ocupar.
Para que tengan un mayor conocimiento de los jugadores de los Rockets, menos asiduos de estos partidos que los de los Celtics, Dennis Johnson, que es otro jugador del que no se habla demasiado, pero yo creo que es vital para el juego de los Celtics.
Está ausente del juego, es un factor verdaderamente importante para ellos porque...
Sí, les doblan ya en 7 minutos de partido, tienen un 20-10 ya a favor.
Vamos a ver una muy buena reacción, por cierto, ahora de Houston, después de esta canasta espléndida de McHale.
Juega Sampson y Reid. No, Lloyd.
En el draft del otro día no han cogido a ningún base, sino a Buck Johnson, que fue el alero titular de la selección de Estados Unidos en el Mundial.
Ahí están más cerca los jugadores europeos de llegar al nivel que presentan estos hombres de la NBA.
Bueno, yo creo que en Europa hay jugadores que pueden estar a nivel de jugadores también de la NBA, pero creo que cogiendo una media, por ejemplo, de la NBA, y los mejores de Europa, pues estamos muy cerca o hasta te diría que superior, porque no todos son tan...
Epi, dime un número, no te pregunto nombres. ¿Cuántos españoles crees que podrían llegar a tener un lugar en la NBA?
Hombre, es una pregunta de difícil contestación, ¿no? Porque yo pienso que también hay cosas que son importantes. Es el hecho de pues haber nacido en Estados Unidos, el haberte criado allí, tener esa misma mentalidad, el haber estudiado en una universidad allí y estar en contacto con el baloncesto de allí, ¿no? Entonces es difícil, pero que existen jugadores que si realmente hubieran nacido allí seguramente estarían en la NBA, eso sí que lo creo.
Pero
ahí está Bill Walton
es el que rompe esa racha.
Se han conseguido acercar, ahora están 24-21 cuando se produce esta buena entrada con canasta
de McRae,
y coloca un punto.
Los Rockets están en pleno ascenso. A los Rockets les vamos a ver mucho tiempo todavía, sobre todo si mejoran un poco la gente de atrás y encuentran un suplente de más calidad de los que tienen ahora para Samson y Olajuwon.
Antonio, técnicamente, ¿qué es lo que destacarías para que se haya producido esta reacción de los Rockets?
En realidad, que están defendiendo un poquito más fuerte y también que
Además, en Larry Bird, que está esperando acabar en la NBA para volver a su pequeño pueblo, que es donde dice que a él le gusta vivir, alejado de la fama, la popularidad, de todo lo que le rodea ahora en los Celtics. ¿Qué reverso ha hecho Larry Bird? Bill Fitch, el entrenador del equipo de Houston, un hombre que ha conseguido muy buenos resultados, también cuenta con un gran equipo, y esta es la última jugada del primer cuarto de partido. Siempre por delante en el marcador el equipo de Boston, 29-23, una diferencia discreta después de haber alcanzado 12 puntos, una diferencia que se ha mermado por la reacción en algunos instantes de Olajuwon, muy poco acompañado en este partido por Ralph Sampson. Epi, ¿es conveniente que se implante en España el sistema de los drafts?
Hombre, no sé, no soy el más adecuado para contestar, ¿no? Yo creo que para los jugadores siempre será mejor la libre contratación, ¿no?
Mientras entra Jerry Sichting, el otro protagonista de la pelea, el protagonista inocente en este caso de la pelea con Ralph Sampson del partido anterior. Los Celtics les gusta empezar aislando a la derecha a Larry Bird y a partir
se encaminaba una vez más a ser la gran figura del partido. Ya en el segundo partido consiguió 31 puntos con 3 triples, cuando lograron los Celtics su 40 victoria consecutiva en su pista. Esta iba a ser la 41 en la temporada consecutiva y la 50 sobre 51 partidos. Qué bien. Antonio, el ideal es la defensa que está exhibiendo los Celtics en esta parte del partido, el casi ideal que se busca en la selección española.
Bueno, yo tengo otra serie de ayudas en momentos distintos, pero es importante el movimiento que está haciendo Larry Bird todo el tiempo, que supongo te estás fijando, es cuando el balón está en la continuación de la línea de tiro libre, como en este momento, en la derecha, y pasan al pívot, él abandona a su hombre y defiende por la parte de fuera, por la parte de dentro, y el pívot defiende por la parte del fondo. Así le defienden de tal manera que si le dan una salida al pívot sea a alejarse de la canasta, no hacia el balón. Nosotros esto lo intentamos también, pero incluso lo hacemos con 3, porque el mismo hombre, lo que ha hecho ahora el base, que cuando le ha pasado ha ido a ayudarle, pues lo hacemos entre 3, o tengo pensado hacerlo entre 3 para hombres pues tan fuertes como Sabonis como Radovanovic o Velosteni, hombres así muy altos, para que tengan que sacar el balón de afuera y no cargarnos los pibos solo con personales.
La lesión de Sabonis, por supuesto, no le va a impedir estar en el Mundial, ¿no?
No, creo que no, por lo menos.
Por lo tanto, tiene que estar constantemente moviéndose, no alejarse demasiado, hacer lo que está haciendo ahora. Ahora ha hecho un cambio, lo que es una forma de hacer una zona.
Y esa es la tercera falta personal de Hakeem Olajuwon, el jugador nigeriano, primer africano incorporado al baloncesto profesional de Estados Unidos. Ahí
Larry Bird ahora dice que tiene una misión, que es ganar otra vez en el 87 y reanudar con aquella tradición que es una tradición de los Celtics. Lo que pasa es que no se sabe cómo va a haber afectado anímicamente a los Celtics la noticia. Pero, como hemos visto, en este tiempo están en 34 puntos después de 22 minutos de juego los Rockets, y aquí vemos lo que ha hecho Sampson. No ha anotado todavía.
0 puntos y 3 rebotes.
Y si no los aprenden, o sea, para que luego después sepan decidir en el último momento, ya que el jugador no es un autómata, sino que hace estas cosas automáticas, pero decide él al final.
Por fin va a anotar su primera canasta en un gancho.
Estamos ya en el último minuto de este segundo cuarto de partido, tratando de salir
Bill Walton hacer lo que hace como nadie, sacar el primer pase contraataque, y lo cual le permite una suspensión fácil a Larry Bird. No han conseguido hilvanar su juego en ningún momento, les han denegado los tiros de debajo, siempre hay una ayuda sobre los hombres altos.
Y estamos ya en la última jugada prácticamente Queda un segundo para la mitad del partido. En su último cuarto, siempre con ventaja para los Celtics de Boston, que continúan con Parrish, Bill Walton, Larry Bird, Dennis Johnson y Sitchin.
Jerry
Sitchin. El gancho de Walton.
2 puntos.
2 puntos.
Y es la desesperación.
Los Rockets es un equipo que no ha destacado mucho en la Liga de la NBA desde que se fundó, entonces en San Diego en el año 67, pero ha tenido algunas grandes estrellas. En ese equipo jugó el Bill Hayes, que ha sido el quinto anotador de la historia de la NBA con más de 27.000 puntos. Después vino Malone y después en 5 años han sido 2 veces finalistas y 2 veces el último equipo de la competición. Altibajos importantes. Está Bill Walton a tablero.
Es su mejor tiro en suspensión frente a tablero. Y aquí se marcha del campo. Se han puesto 30 puntos arriba. Estaban irritados porque hubiese sacudido un par de directos al mentón al pequeño Jerry Sitchin en el partido anterior. Pero en fin, no hay esa carga. Hay mucho entusiasmo en el baloncesto americano. Aquí hemos visto lo que hace un señor como Bird, un triple doble, que es lo que suele hacer él.
27 puntos, 11 rebotes y 11 asistencias.
Sí, 2 dígitos en cada una de las 3 grandes categorías de baloncesto. De nuevo encestando aquí Steve Harris, este escolta joven y muy prometedor, que apenas se juega este año porque Fitch es un entrenador muy conservador que prefiere que la gente vaya entrando en juego pues poco a poco y tarde un par de temporadas en lanzarse, salvo si son superestrellas como un Samson o un Olajuwon.
Epi, al margen de que coincidimos, supongo que casi todos, en que Larry Bird es en estos momentos el mejor jugador, el más valioso como llaman en Estados Unidos, de este encuentro que estamos viendo, ¿qué otros jugadores crees tú que merecen una especial atención?
Bueno, para mí yo creo que McHale y los Rockets, sobre todo en este partido, no tuvieron un partido muy bueno. Entonces creo que solamente Olajuwon hizo un partido de acorde con sus posibilidades, aunque también lo podía haber hecho mucho mejor. Y Samson desde luego jugó bastante mal conforme a lo que él puede hacer.
O sea, tener Larry de un entrenador pues debe ser el máximo, ¿verdad? Pero quizá nosotros necesitamos más altura y menos esto. Ahora él coge rebotes en todos los momentos. Luego es difícil contestar. Mejor era coger a los dos, ¿eh?
Decías, Antonio, que quizás se le puede sacar mejor rendimiento a Samson.
Hombre, yo por lo que le he visto aquí, por lo que le he visto, yo le vi este partido, no he visto...
Son los instantes finales ya del partido, con un vencedor claro, no ya solo del partido, los instantes finales del campeonato de esta temporada de la NBA, y además los Celtics no aflojan, les sale todo bien, el marcador es expresivo, 100-74. Otra de las cifras que marca la diferencia entre el baloncesto europeo y el americano es el promedio de espectadores. Este año la temporada ha culminado con un promedio de 11.600 espectadores por partido, y eso es una cifra muy elevada si se tiene en cuenta que, como decimos, cada equipo ha jugado alrededor de 100 partidos. No es que hayan ido 11.600 espectadores a un número reducido de encuentros, sino a muchos encuentros.
Y los Celtics siempre, todos los partidos de este año, de los 5 o 6 últimos años, han jugado con el campo lleno. Los 14.890 espectadores de Boston Garden, siempre, todos los partidos del año han estado llenos. Y se ve en estos momentos justamente cuando la defensa es un poco más débil, un poco más parecida a lo que estamos habituados en Europa, la enorme calidad ofensiva de los jugadores, por la facilidad que tiende a notar, como aquí de espaldas.
Aquí no hay orquesta, no hay bailarines, no hay cheerleaders que salgan en los intermedios, simplemente el público es mucho más tradicional y lo que quiere es ver ganar a su equipo sin aditamentos.
Bueno, va a salir al juego con 3 costillas rotas Scott Wedman, el suplente habitual de Larry Bird, el que no ha jugado en toda la fase final por esa lesión sufrida en la fase anterior.
Y que marcó historia el día que consiguió 11 canastas consecutivas.
Sí, contra los Lakers el año pasado. Pero este año esta lesión suya ha puesto un poco en evidencia una situación de los...
Rebote para Hilo.
Para Hilo, sí, este buen jugador que bueno, quizá un poco...
de la Universidad de Washington State. Es un tejano. El público ya se va remolinando alrededor de las bandas.
Sí, tenían a más de 300 policías para hacer un cordón que se está viendo alrededor del campo, pero van a ser, como siempre, insuficientes.
Y una canasta
de Rick Carlisle, otro excelente jugador también con buenas posibilidades para Europa, otro escolta de 1,96, buen tirador, que tampoco lo tiene muy claro para continuar en la NBA.
Los Rockets ya lo intentan, pero están bastante desconcertados. Ha habido falta personal de Greg Kite, que todavía está en los tiros libres.
Hank McDowell, un ala pivo de 2'5", que es otro
sí, que en este
suplente.
partido no ha sido utilizado, en cambio sí lo fue en los partidos que se jugaron en Houston, en el Summit.
Es otro jugador un poco como Kite en los Celtics, sale ahí con el hacha de guerra levantada.
Y es de los que comentábamos ayer en el otro encuentro, que es una de las selecciones que tienen los Rockets, que igual que tienen buenas selecciones, 2 primeros y un tercero, este es el 102 y otros jugadores están todos, el 104 es Libel y otros jugadores están alrededor de la centena. O sea, que son elecciones ya un poco de lo que quedaba.
Sí, bueno, eso pasa a menudo con los equipos, sobre todo los que tienen salarios muy altos y que tienen que mantenerse bajo del tope salarial y que a partir del 8º hombre tienen que pagar a la gente el salario mínimo.
Ahora están jugando ya el último segundo con gente dentro de la pista, esto ya no hay quien lo pare. La euforia de
acabó el partido y son campeones por 16ª vez, el mejor equipo de la historia del baloncesto, que era probablemente este Boston Celtics del año 86.
Segunda victoria en 3 años, tercera final consecutiva para el equipo de los Celtics de Boston, que toman el relevo de los Lakers.
Y ahí vemos a Red Auerbach en el centro, el hombre que ha construido este equipo desde los años 50, primero como entrenador, como secretario técnico y hoy como presidente, el mago de los traspasos y los fichajes de jugadores oportunos y que siempre mantiene al equipo arriba.
Bird desmanteló a los Rockets en el 6º partido con otro triple doble, 29 puntos, 11 rebotes y 12 asistencias. Los Rockets perdieron el partido por 114-97 y los Celtics se hicieron con el campeonato de la NBA. Fue el 16º campeonato de los Celtics en 40 años. Larry Bird fue nombrado MVP de las finales, promediando en toda la serie casi un triple doble, 24 puntos, 9,7 rebotes, 9,7 asistencias y además 2,7 robos por partido.